What's going on, guys? It's Steve. So Stephen Curry was just asked about his Game 7 performance in the 2016 NBA Finals. Now, we all know he didn't play that well in that Game 7. Obviously his trainer came out and said he was injured and he wasn't playing right. But the thing I like about Stephen Curry is he's not using that as an excuse. But we'll get to that in a second. So if you guys don't know, Curry, I believe he didn't even score in the final 4 minutes of the Game 7. So anyway, this is what he said. I still haven't gotten over Game 7. That's something that will stay with me pretty much forever for good and bad reasons. Obviously, you hated the feeling, but it's also a motivator to come back even stronger and try not to have that feeling again. I'm at the point now where I can try to fuel any kind of terrible nightmares or thoughts about Game 7 into motivation for how I'm going to prepare myself for this up-and-coming season. Now, this is what I love about Stephen Curry. You guys know me as the guy that says, you know what, he didn't play well, he needs to prove himself, which he does. However, this is his motivation. Come back better than ever. Yes, he was a great player in the world last year, but great players don't dwindle in the spotlight, and this is similar to what happened to LeBron James in 2011. LeBron James choked really bad in that finals, possibly the worst choke performance in NBA history. But he came back better than ever. Now he's the best player ever, and he's dominating in the finals. He's been to the finals 6 straight years, 7 times in his career. He's 3 for 4. He's really good now, right? So obviously going through that helped him get to the level he is now. And you guys remember when I was saying, LeBron James, he's still the same player he was 8 years ago, but what makes him better now is his experience and understanding, like, okay, I've already gone through, choking in the finals. I've already gone through losses. I've already gone through carrying teams, I understand that we need a good team to win. I understand that I need to put my 100% effort in the playoffs, not in the regular season. So once Stephen Curry starts to understand that, that's when he'll take that next step into entering the elite status of like the Kobe's and the LeBrons and the Jordans. Now, I'm not saying he can be compared to any of those, because he obviously can, but I'm not saying he's as great as any of them were, right? But what I'm saying is Stephen Curry still has a while to go, maybe 4 more years in his prime to go, so he can become something really great. And it's really amazing to see, because a few years ago no one even knew who he was, you know what I mean? And just looking at it now, the way he didn't make an excuse, and the way he is saying this is my motivation, and I hate the feeling of losing, I hate the feeling of playing bad, the team was supposed to be on my back and I didn't show up. That says a lot about someone's character, to sit there and say it was my fault and I never want to go through that again, and I'm going to use that as motivation. That says a lot. And I just gained so much respect for Stephen Curry for saying something like that, because most players would just be like, you know what, I wasn't healthy, I wasn't this, I wasn't feeling too good, but he just simply didn't make an excuse for it. And that is something really special, and that's rare. That is really rare to see. So he gained a lot of respect for me, and he does. Kevin Durant, I think KD signed for 2 years with the Warriors, and it's gonna be something special, man. Curry and Kevin Durant. Curry has a really bright future ahead of him, and I know he's just gonna get better and better. Now, I don't think I'm not saying he's gonna win the championship next year. I'm not saying he won't win it. That's for a separate video. All I'm saying is, if Stephen Curry can do what LeBron James is doing and really understand, like, whoa, look at my team, I don't need to go hard in the regular season, and I can just focus on the playoffs. Because, to be honest, I'm not saying, the Warriors lost because they went for 73 games, or because, Stephen Curry was playing almost all 82 games or whatever. What I'm saying is, as soon as they secured that #1 spot, it was unnecessary to play Curry, Klay Thompson, or Draymond Green. Because you have to understand, it's all about preservation and preserving the body. Do you think LeBron James would have played those games if they already secured the #1 spot? Do you think Kobe would have? Do you think Michael Jordan would have? Well, Michael Jordan probably would have, because he was just a savage. But like, logically, from a logistical standpoint, these players, they wouldn't play those games because they're irrelevant. They don't matter. I understand you're chasing the best record ever, but that doesn't matter. What matters is the end result, and that has to do with immaturity and not really realizing. But hopefully that finals performance by Stephen Curry can help him mature a little bit and understand, like, whoa, we have a chance to do something special. You know, let's cruise through the regular season. Let's secure the top 2 seed. You know, maybe 1 or 2. It doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, none of these teams can mess with us in the West. You know, in the playoffs, the only team that can contend with us are the Cleveland Cavaliers, because they have LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love, right? So let's just cruise through the regular season, do what we got to do, and then as soon as the playoffs start, I got to go in. You know, Curry last season averaging 30 points per game, hitting 5 threes per game. I want to see that in the playoffs. I don't want to see that in the regular season. If you guys noticed, LeBron doesn't do that in the regular season anymore. He doesn't care about the regular season. All he cares about is cruising through, assuring his team has home court advantage in the playoffs, and that's it. And he's going to sweep every single team. And to be honest, it doesn't even matter if he has home court advantage or not in the playoffs at this point in his career, because he's so good and his team is so good. It's just, he's unstoppable. You know, the only team that can stop him, the Golden State Warriors. And, you know, when these two teams meet up again in the NBA Finals this year, it is going to be something so legendary. This rivalry that we have for the next few years is going to be legendary. Because let's be real, those are the only 2 contending teams, to be honest, right? And it's going to be so legendary to see LeBron versus Kevin Durant, Kyrie versus Curry. You know what I mean? It's gonna be crazy, man. Kevin Love, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson. It's gonna be crazy. And then you know what the funny part is? Even with all the heated moments and the heated atmosphere, we're still going to be able to see JaVale McGee. You know what I mean? We're still going to see JaVale McGee lighten the mood. I know this is really irrelevant, but seeing JaVale McGee lighten the mood, that's a good thing, you know. But again, man. So if Stephen Curry, you know, and the coaching staff around them can understand, and Curry can understand, like, look, I have Kevin Durant on my team now. You know, last season I had Klay Thompson averaging 20, so he's probably gonna average the same this season. I have Kevin Durant that can average 27 with his eyes closed. I have Draymond Green that can give us, you know, 15. You know, I don't need to average 30. I don't need to go hard. I don't need to risk injury. It's not something that's smart. It's not something that's safe. You know, why put yourself in a position where there's a chance that you can get injured? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And that's why LeBron, like, nowadays is like, you know, he just doesn't care about the regular season anymore. Again, like 25, 6, 7 for the regular season. That's nothing for him. That's him cruising through with his eyes closed. You know, so if LeBron were trying to do what Curry's doing, 30 points per game, and LeBron with 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and having the best record, like, why does that matter? Because think about it. Why does it matter if you have, let's say, what did the Warriors have, like a 20-win gap against? No, actually, Spurs won 67, I think, last year. But anyway, so like, let's say, you know, the Warriors have a 10+ win gap, right, in the regular season, and this is 2 months before, you know, the regular season's over, and they secured the #1 spot. Why play Stephen Curry anymore in that season? Why? You know, the regular season MVPs don't matter. Why play him anymore in that regular season? Rest him, allow him to train, and then boom, when the playoffs come, cruise through the first 3 rounds, just like LeBron does. Cruise through those first 3 rounds. The Warriors are good enough. They have the talent. They have Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. They have that talent to be able to cruise through the playoffs just like LeBron does. And then once the NBA Finals come on, turn that switch. You know, Curry has to know when to turn that switch. It took LeBron a while to get that. You know, it really took LeBron a while to get that, and he still hasn't mastered it like Jordan and Kobe did, because LeBron, he was playing really passive in the beginning of the 2016 Finals that's why they went down 3-1. You know, so you got to turn that switch on. It may be hard at first to understand when to turn it on, but as soon as the final starts, turn that switch on, put that cap on. It's game time. Game time. You know what I mean? Then it's time for you to start balling, hit 5 threes per game, you know, play 42 minutes, 43, 44 minutes, 48 minutes, however long you need to play for you guys to win. You know, and this is crazy because, you know, you guys are probably like, whoa, this is weird. Steven talking about the Warriors in a good way. Yeah, I told you guys, I'm not biased. You know, it's just I didn't see enough from Stephen Curry last season to say he's at that elite class with LeBron, Jordan, and Kobe. You know, if he can do it for a few more years and keep doing what he's doing, then yeah. But for now, no. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys' support. I just gained a lot of respect for Stephen Curry. I'm out of here. Peace.